headlines. Taliban sought recognition as a precondition to joining Doha meet, says UN chief. Pakistan backs UN special envoy appointment for Afghanistan, reports PAK media. Afghan protesters in Canada say a diplomacy with the Taliban won't provide solution. At the end of the second day of the Doha conference in Afghanistan, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres stated in Qatar that the UN aims for a peaceful Afghanistan. He stressed on the importance of Afghanistan role in the international community. Guterres revealed that he received a letter from the Taliban with the unacceptable demands before the Doha meeting. This letter sought to limit the UN's engagement with the other Afghan representatives. He noted that Taliban's failure to address global concern yet expecting recognition. This stance, according to Guterres, has a stalled resolution of the Afghan situation. He highlighted that the deteriorating condition for Afghan women, unresolved terrorism, and the lack of an inclusive government. He emphasized that Afghanistan must not become a terrorist haven, a call for a government that represents all the ethnicities. Guterres also said that voices of all Afghan society segments beyond the Taliban need to be heard. He regretted Russia's absence from an Afghan civil society meeting and disagreed with the Moscow's position. Describing the second Doha meeting as beneficial, Guterres noted that the Taliban absence didn't detract from its success. He praised the constructive nature of discussion with the special representatives, which reached consequences on major issues. Guterres announced plans for a third Doha meeting on Afghanistan and the immediate selection for a new UN representative. He proposed that its representative should provide a lasting framework for Afghan issues. Pakistani newspaper The Express Tribune quoted sources as reported that the country supports the appointment of UN Special Envoy for Afghanistan at the Doha meeting. A source said that Pakistan does not consider itself obligated to defend the position of the Taliban. The two-day Doha meeting for Afghanistan has been initiated with the participation of the UN Secretary General and Special Representative of more than 20 countries to find a solution for a critical situation in Afghanistan and the world's interaction with the Taliban. Asif Durrani, Pakistan's Special Envoy for Afghanistan Affairs, led the Pakistan delegation in Doha. The Express newspaper wrote that this preface the concern of Pakistan regarding the appointment of a UN Special Envoy. Now the country backs the proposal. Islamabad has said that the UN Special Envoy should be a Muslim experienced diplomat and from the region. Pakistan's change of position regarding the UN Special Envoy as a direct contradiction to the Taliban's position, which has repeatedly expressed its opposition to the appointment of the Secretary General's special representative. Quoting Pakistani official, this newspaper wrote that this was because Islamabad was no longer advocating the Taliban's case. It's officially confirmed. It seems that Pakistan's support for the appointment of special representatives reflect the country's continued dissatisfaction with the Afghan Taliban for supporting the militants of Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, which has claimed responsibility for violent attacks on Pakistani military forces in the past years. On the first day of the Doha meeting, a group of Afghan protesters in the city of Calgary in Canada gathered to protest against the invitation of the Taliban to the meeting, and the United Nations focused on the interaction with the Taliban. One of the organizers of this gathering said that the world can't change the policies of the Taliban through interaction. These demonstrators voiced their opposition to human rights violations, gender apartheid imposed by the Taliban in Afghanistan, and targeted attacks on the Hazara community. Sadiqullah Tawhidi, one of the organizations of the protest, told that despite the interaction of the several countries with the Taliban, the group has not changed the policies. He highlighted numerous instances of a human rights violation in Afghanistan, specifically emphasizing one of the widespread denial of women's social and economic rights by the Taliban, persisting despite international appeals. Why does the world interact with the terrorist group? Diplomacy and the interaction will not lead the group's alteration of policies. The world should support the Afghan people overthrew the Taliban, he said. The United Nations invited the Taliban to participate in the Doha meeting. However, the group declined to attend, citing the non-acceptance of their demands by the United Nations as the reason for their refusal. Several nations, including the United States, China, and Russia, have expressed their expectation that diplomatic engagement with the Taliban will prompt a positive shift in the group's behavior. However, Tawhidi said that the Taliban had 2 years to change, yet did not alter their stance.